Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at what's next for Kill Team. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Warhammer Day previews. Storm Volkis with orcs and ratlings and the latest Kill Team expansion. Alright, so we have recently gotten a brand new edition of Kill Team with the Hivestorm launch box. We also have a new starter set on the way, and Games Workshop is already announcing the brand new expansion as well. So typically what happens when we get a new edition, it will last for 3 years. We'll get a big launch box like Hivestorm, and then we'll get a starter set to go along with it as well. And then we'll get typically around 3 or 4 expansion sets per year, about 1 per quarter. So here's our first look at the newest one coming, and we can expect this probably in the next 2 or 3 months. While the Tempestus Aquilans and Vespid Stinglings have been battling in the ruins beneath the massive ballistas, other forces have broken through the perimeter on their own missions to seize control of the Great Gun. Unlike the rest of the operatives currently in Volkis, these new players are far more of a brutal blunt instrument, but the Imperium's salvation may come from the smallest, most unlikely place. Alright, so here we see the contents of the Brutal and Cunning box set. So the Brutal is the Orcs, the Cunning is the Ratlings. So very cool, we got a couple of new icons for the new teams, and then of course we see some of the new terrain as well. And it looks like we're going to get 8 of the Orcs, including a couple of bomb swigs. And then we're going to get 12 of the Ratlings, including a couple little traps. The battle for Volkis continues in Kill Team Brutal and Cunning, the first major expansion for the new edition. Hordes of orcs hidden within the system's asteroid ring are taking advantage of the battles between the Imperium and the Tau Empire to launch their own raids on Hive Facilis and the massive ballistas, spearheaded by the infamous Wrecka crews. Alright, so here we have the Wrecka crew, and these are essentially like Tankbustas. We would presume also that these will be available for 40k as well. Let's take a look at the new models. So first we have the Boss Knob. He's got like the melee equivalent, which is like a rocket on a stick. He's got a little rocket pistol. We see the banner pole on the back. Overall, really nice look right here. And then next we've got the Breakaboy Crusher and the Breakaboy Demolisher. So again, we see the bomb on a stick right here, double-handed weapon. See some pretty cool helmets. And then interesting little setup right here. We basically have like 2 little hydraulic fists. Pretty cool, pretty unique. Obviously, we'll see some cool operative rules for them in Kill Team. And then we have the Tankbusta Gunner, more of a traditional like rocket launcher, and the Breakaboy Fighter, who has just a big old club. And then we have the Tankbusta Rocketeer, much more in line with what we would typically see with like the previous 40k Tankbustas. And then we have 2 bomb swigs, a couple of angry squigs. One of them's got a bunch of dynamite in his mouth, the other one holding a stick bomb and got another bomb strapped to it. So pretty cool new models right here. We would presume that they're going to have quite a few different like weapon and specialist options in the kit. And then presumably this will eventually be replacing the 40k kit for the Tankbustas as well, which are cool models, but definitely a little bit on the outdated side. So definitely a nice new Kill Team. We also know that the Commandos are going to be going away in Kill Team. At least like the rules aren't going to be like competitive anymore or for competitive play. And that is definitely one of the coolest kits and one of the coolest new data sheets that has come to 40k for the Orcs recently. So we would presume this will be coming to 40k as well, likely with some modified rules. Very, very cool. With so many Imperial troops fighting off the Tau Empire, few are left for the dishonor of guard duty, including regiments of abhumans spurned by their own comrades in the Astra Militarum. Ratlings in particular are notorious for their light-fingered antics and breathtaking disregard for private property, but their skills as snipers are unbelievable, as is the raw power of the Ogren brutes who hang out around them. Brutal and Cunning contains a full team of 10 Ratling operatives armed with wickedly accurate sniper rifles and an assortment of powerful kit, from the heavy tank stopper rifle to the bomber operative's explosive arsenal. They even come with a dutiful battlemont whose barks warn its friends of incoming enemies, a vital warning considering the relative fragility of the average Ratling. Alright, so very cool. Again, the Ratlings have a Astra Militarum datasheet currently, but not really like an existing model range. They have like some old Ratlings from decades ago. We've seen like Rain and Rouse. Pretty cool like reimagination of the Ratlings in Blackstone Fortress. And now we've got an official Ratling Kill Team. And then again, presumably we'll get these in 40k as well. So very cool. First we had the Fixer. You see he's got like a coffee and then some binoculars, sniper rifle on his back. We got the Big Shot, who is obviously the sniper for the team. Very, very cool model right here. We got some cool little like tactical rocks on the base. And then he is adjusting the scope on his sniper rifle. And then we got the Hard Bit. He's got a knife out. And again, a nice little sniper rifle. We've got the Spotter, again, sniper rifle. And then a little bit of a rangefinder going on here. Again, real nice use of the tactical rocks. And then we have the Bomber. So we can see here he basically has like a couple of remote mines separately that you'll likely be able to plant. He's got his sniper rifle on his back. And then he's got 2 little detonators as well. But cool little like tripwire action going on here. Very, very cool models. And then we got the Stash Master. He's got the ammo box here. We got the Raider, who again has like the Rain and Rouse style like little grappling hook. So presumably we'll see something similar to like what we've seen with the commandos in the past, or like Rain and Rouse for Blackstone Fortress, something like the Reaver weapon where they'll be able to ignore vertical distances. Very, very cool. And then we got the actual sniper, and then we had the Vox Thief as well. So nice, unique models, very cool feel to them. They definitely have like the Astra Militarum kind of feel, but definitely a nice embodiment of like the Ratlings that we've all come to know and love. And then we've also got the Sneak here, so definitely a little bit more of like the sneaky aspect to him with like the camo cloak, the face mask. And then we've got the Battle Mutt, and everybody loves doggos. So here we see like much more of like a smaller dog. He does appear to be jacked though and loaded up with equipment. Absolutely love these models. Very, very cool. Definitely looking forward to seeing these on the tabletop and Kill Team, and then also what they bring to Warhammer 40k. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. This being Kill Team, of course, both new teams come with oodles of build options. Each orc can be built in 2 or sometimes 3 ways for a range of specialists and weapons or basic break-a-boy fighters. Likewise, the Ratlings can be built as special operatives or as Ratling snipers. Additional cosmetics options abound. The new expansion includes the Compound Siege terrain upgrade, designed to enhance the terrain found in the Kill Team Hivestorm with breachable compound walls, bunker sections, and firing ports. Brand new missions found in the Brutal and Cunning dossier book use these new terrain options to stage exciting asymmetric sieges over fortified defensive zones. One squad sets up to defend, an attacking operative on the other side destroys sections of the wall with pop-out pieces to expose the damage, and surge into the breaching, making for quite a shake-up in the overall dynamic of Kill Team missions. Alright, so pretty cool. They specifically discuss asymmetric warfare, which means there's going to be like an attacker, defender, and different dynamics. Typically in more competitive play, you tend to see like symmetric setups, so somebody doesn't have like a distinct advantage. So I would expect some of that in the new book as well, but here we see the terrain detailed. So you basically have like a little door, some firing ports, a little bit more of like a bunker. Doesn't specifically show like the areas that break out. You can kind of see right here, there's a little damage on the wall at the bottom, and then again right here as well. And then we can see in the picture here, those pieces are broken away. So that's going to be like the removable siege options, similar to what we saw with like some of the Into the Dark walls. We see also a couple of like equipment and ammo crates here. Does not appear like it's a ton of terrain though, probably just 1 sprue. So definitely a little bit on the light side, but we see Games Workshop has been trending down towards these expansions, having like a little bit less as far as like the actual terrain and kind of focusing more on like the actual teams, the unique operatives, etc. But does look very, very cool and obviously goes along nicely with the new Volkis terrain set. The terrain plugs right into the existing Killzone Volkis ruins, so you can swap them in and out whenever you want to use them. To top it all off, Kill Team Brutal and Cunning comes with a set of data cards for each faction and a token sheet for them both, tailored for their unique mechanics. So here we see the Brutal and Cunning dossier. So likely going to have all of the rules for both teams and then a bunch of like various missions, extra special rules, and all that good stuff. And then here we see the token sheet. It does look like it's just one token sheet that's shared between the two teams. And then we see the card packs right here, but we don't specifically see any actual cards for the two teams. So typically you have like the actual like data sheet cards that shows like the various abilities of the operatives and everything. We don't see those pictured here. Doesn't mean they're not going to come with them. Games Workshop has already said they're going to be releasing all the card packs for free for like a digital download. But interesting to see that they may be trying to sell us those card packs separately at that like $33.50 price point. So after buying this expansion box, Games Workshop essentially going to try to sell us those card packs. It's the equivalent of them like removing $67 in MSRP value from this box set relative to what they've provided in the past. So interesting, not confirmed yet, but definitely a little bit of a scummy move if we're once again getting like the contents of these boxes going down and then also the prices on them going up. So definitely a cool new box right here. We see a new orcs and then a new Astra Militarum Kill Team. Some nice little terrain pieces, some nice new rules to play along with it. Definitely looking forward to this. We'll have to see, but it does appear like Games Workshop is essentially removing the actual cards from this box set so they can sell them to us separately, which is definitely a feel bad moment. A little bit more of the shrinkflation from Games Workshop, as every time a new product comes out, they kind of remove something from it and then sell it to us separately. And yet somehow the prices always go up. But again, we don't have that confirmed yet. We'll see as Games Workshop releases more information on this as we get closer to the actual launch date. But definitely some awesome new models in this box set. Very likely going to get new rules for 40k for both these teams as well. So very good news for orc players out there, and then also Astra Militarum players as well. And then anybody that's excited for the plastic terrain or worried that Games Workshop is moving towards the MDF stuff, I really think the MDF is going to be like a separate line of terrain that Games Workshop offers, specifically in like starter boxes, and then maybe like a big set, much more in line with like the ITC or competitive terrain sets, but not going to be replacing their cool and highly detailed plastic kits that they currently offer. So let me know what you think of the new Brutal and Cunning box set, what you think of the new edition of Kill Team. Have you gotten to play Hivestorm yet? Have you been building through the models, putting together the terrain? Are you excited for the new starter set so you can learn how to play? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm definitely excited to see what's coming for Kill Team, but this is likely still a couple months out. And I'm out of here.